What could possibly go wrong? So we know the state of Texas. It's a state, you know, barely. And state of Texas, you know what? They really don't like minorities. Immigrants, oof, yikes. They love that, like, build the wall bullshit. Black people, oof, man, they will kill the fuck out of black people. Have you seen police brutality in Texas? Damn. Gay people, oh, fuck, they're on the chopping block. Texas hates minorities. But what are the minorities that they hate, especially now more than ever? Transgender people. Why? Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, here's an update on the state of Texas. Texas's Attorney General's office sought state data on transgender Texans. Isn't that great? The Attorney General, someone who has said that all transgender people need to be forcefully detransitioned for the safety of random kids that don't even know who they are, right? The same guy who directed Child Protective Services to not protect children, but to instead arrest any parents of any gay or trans child and arrest parents for being gay or trans. That same guy is now trying to construct a list of every transgender person in the state. Isn't that great? Don't you love when there's lists of minority groups? Isn't that cool? Can we get a list of every Christian fundamentalist in this country? That would be a list I would support acquiring. Holy moly. So anyway, let's read this. Employees at the Texas Department of Public Safety in June received a sweeping request from Republican Attorney General Ken Paxton's office to compile a list of individuals who had changed their gender on their Texas driver's license and other department records during the past 2 years. Why not during the past 4 years? 5, 6, 7, 8? Who knows? Quote, need total number of changes from male to female and female to male for the last 24 months broken down by month. The chief of the DPS driver license division emailed colleagues in the department on June 30. According to a copy of a message obtained by the Washington Post through public records request, quote, we won't need DL ID numbers at first, but we may need to have them later if we are required to manually look up documents. Now again, why is anyone doing any of this? They're just following orders. That's right. Yeah, everyone's working for the Department of Transportation or whatever, public safety and transportation, and they're trying to find the ID numbers of their driver's licenses, right? They're just following orders. It's not their fault, right? After more than 16,000 such instances were identified, DPS officials determined that a manual search would be needed to determine the reason for the changes. DPS spokesperson Travis Considine told The Post in response to questions. Quote, a verbal request was received, he wrote in an email. Ultimately, our team advised the AG's office the data requested neither exists nor could be accurately produced. Thus, no data of any kind was provided, other than the 16,000 number. But that's not data, apparently. Asked who in Paxton's office had requested the records, he replied, I cannot say. The behind-the-scenes effort by Paxton's office to obtain data on how many Texans have changed their gender on their license came as the Attorney General, Governor Greg Abbott, and other Republican leaders in the state have been publicly marshaling resources against transgender Texans. This goes into the history here. But, I don't know. Anyone worried about this? Anybody? No? I don't think so. Again, what could possibly go wrong when an authoritarian fascist government is collecting lists of minority groups? What are they planning on doing with these lists? I don't know. I'm just kidding, though. I do know. I'm just not allowed to say it on YouTube because YouTube doesn't understand history and context. So I'm not allowed to tell you what they're going to do. But it's not good. 1930s, look at the history of the 1930s. Find out, what kind of historical events were going on there. And then maybe you'll understand what the intent here is. But there you go.